Hey there folks, Mark Johnson, Tech Snob. I'm going to do a head-to-head of the Galaxy Note 2 versus the Galaxy Note 3. Galaxy Note 3 just came out. I still have the Note 2 from last year, one of my favorite devices of last year and over the past year. And just right from the get-go, we're just going to look at kind of like the dimensions of the device. I mean, the Note 3 I definitely think is a lot better, built and looks more refined, I would say. Not as rounded, obviously, as you can see at the top. And overall, these both are decent devices, but you can see the bezel on the Note 2 and how they've slimmed that down on the Note 3. So that's definitely a good thing. You have bigger viewing screen. It goes from 5.5 inches on the Note 2 to 5.7 on the Note 3. Which is great. And then the biggest thing of all is really the resolution. It goes to a full HD 1080p on the Note 3. Of course, you got a faster processor, 2.3 gigahertz Snapdragon 800 processor versus last year's Exynos processor from Samsung, which was a quad core as well. 3 gigs of RAM in the Note 3, so definitely keep that in mind. And those are, I mean, all across the board, the specs on the Note 3 definitely, are a substantial upgrade over the Note 2. Another thing, when you take out the pen, you do get the, the cool Air Command menu that comes up. And I like this little pen window feature where you could draw on the screen. And once you draw on the screen, it will bring up a box of that size. And then you pick an app like Calculator, and then it gives you that app just like that. So, it's got a lot of cool features. I mean, you have the S Pen on the Note 2. And it doesn't do any of that stuff, but it does have the digitizer that moves around. But if you press the button, it really doesn't. There's nothing it does on that point. And you also have to put the pen in a particular way on the Note 2, where on the Note 3 you can kind of put it in either way. It really doesn't matter. I can put it in that way. I can put it in that way. So that's definitely a cool thing as well when you're using the Note 3. Some of the other things, obviously, these are on 2 different carriers. This is an AT&T model. This is a Verizon model. When you're looking at the back, I will say this is something substantial. I was able to put in a micro SD card on the Note 3 right over top of the SIM, and I didn't have to take out the battery. So that's good to know for those who like to, want to upgrade their memory. And if you switch SD cards often with the Note 3, you can do so without taking out the battery. And another thing is the 13 megapixel camera on here pretty much matches everything what the Galaxy S4 did, when it comes to that. So just kind of giving you ideas of just some of the upgrades, that you could do with the Note 3 versus the Note 2. Note 2 is still a great device. I think I've seen it for half the cost. It's still a very capable device. I don't necessarily say that you would need to upgrade if you had a Note 2, but it is worth the upgrade. And I say that because the screen, the memory, the speed, the camera, I mean, everything about the Note 3 is just better than the Note 2, and it should be. I mean, a year has passed. I think I got this one like late November, the Verizon model last year, but just about a year exactly. And you see it's significant upgrades between the two. I mean, it is a little bit taller when holding these devices up, but it's actually thinner. And it just feels more high quality in your hand. It doesn't have the slippery plastic on the back. It has a nice, it's plastic, but it feels like leather. So I think that's a nice feel as well. And it's just a better device. I mean, I think your money is well spent here. I mean, it's got a lot of features on here. I'll go through all those features in the full review, but it's got so many features in here. I mean, I can't even remember half of them. And I'm just going to give you a quick example. Like when I go into the menu, it has a search box, Android 4.3, of course, on here, but a search box for the menu settings. I mean, that just tells you right there. I type in sound, I get all that. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just so many features and options I click on. It's got all the air gesture stuff and quick glance. I mean, just anything you could think about. Air Command, just all kinds of stuff. So definitely really cool device. You'll have a lot of fun with it. Like I said, Note 2, I haven't seen it. I want to say $149. You may be able to get it cheaper, but it's a great deal at that price. But I did see this device still being sold at almost $300 from certain retailers over the past few weeks. So if you did happen to buy this and you spent $300 in the past, couple weeks, definitely I highly suggest returning it or getting the difference in price, getting your money back to the lower price, or switching up and getting the Note 3. So I hope that helps. Definitely, everything about the Note 3 is worth it and better and bigger in every kind of way. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the site, tech-snobs.com, for more coverage. Take care.